Good morning, afternoon, evening, depending where you are in the world. My name is Mu Fan. Now, I want to talk to you why I have created this summit, Thrive in Business and Prosper in Life. You see, when it becomes an entrepreneur, oftentimes the business trajectory isn't where we want to be. We might be stuck in our business and it doesn't go well as planned, and there's nothing wrong with it. It could be that there's other things in a way. Maybe there's some healing that needs to be dealt with, or maybe there's some relationships that's not working. I'll share you my story and why I think this summit is so important to me and others who have experienced similar situation and other entrepreneurs. You see, over 20 years ago, I was an entrepreneur. I was actually a corporate trainer for a multi-billion dollar company. What I did was I optimized the manufacturing of semiconductor. Those semiconductor chips are what's in cell phones, iPads, laptops, even in cars. Within 2 years, I was the go-to person. I was a player in the industry. I won contracts over teams of people who could do exactly what I did, but I marketed myself as this person who could handle a certain framework. But that wasn't really conducive to raising a family. I traveled a lot. My weekends weren't really my weekends because I would get home um, on a Sunday morning or and leave, well, get home on Saturday and leave on a Sunday evening. And it was very tiring. And so eventually I became a realtor so I can work from home. Well, that didn't work out either because, you know, that's weekends and evenings there, and that wasn't good for raising a family. But however, eventually I became a stay-at-home mom. I stayed-at-home mom for 15 years. Now, when my youngest was about to start school, full-time, kindergarten, I decided to plan a new life. I wanted to be more than just a mom and a wife. I needed a new identity. So I embarked on coaching. Well, my business as a coach didn't take off at all. You see, what happened was I had a complete mind body breakdown. I was bedridden for 2 years. I had heart palpitation, nausea, pressure on my thyroid, headaches. I mean, doctors were actually prescribing Oxycontin. I went to the emergency a few times and I'll get prescribed Oxycontin. Yet my readings for hypothyroidism was at subclinical level. So once I healed my body from being bedridden, I had to deal with the emotional aspect for the reasons why I was bedridden. You see, what happened was I had carried with me decades and decades of anger. I was angry at my father and I was angry at myself because my father had passed away. He left me when I was 2 years old. I had held onto that anger for that long. So for 6 years, I was not cognizant. I couldn't file my own tax return. I hired an accountant who charges $200 an hour. Now, here, this is how my mind was functioning. He would send me a list before every time I meet him to file for taxes of things I need to provide. I would forget a piece of document, like property tax, for instance, and then he'll give me a call, and that call would be $200. Even though he only spoke for 5 minutes, that was still $200. In fact, it was even worse than that. We were stolen $25,000 from a scrupulous business owner. I didn't figure it out until way after the 6 years when I threw all the paperwork. I couldn't think straight. Eventually, as things got better, I hired a numerous amount of coaches. Even though my coaches did well and some of their clients did well, I did not do well because the strategy they taught Didn't work for me. I cannot cold message people. I just cannot. If I feel it in my chest and somehow the words that pass on to the other side could feel it too. And they would be disgusted by my words. I was. So why wouldn't they? So this is the reasons why I really want to create this summit. There are a lot of speakers who helps you in business that will help you day one show you the different type of business strategies that would help you in your business that is more tailored to your personality, your morals, your standards. And then also day two, we're going to be talking about health and wellness because you are the core of your business. I mean, for me, we have done really well financially, even though I was a stay-at-home mom, I helped negotiate my husband's salary. Even though I wasn't working, I still played a big part in my husband's career. And so we worked as a team. And to tell you the truth, even though I had previous successes in my own career and my husband has a great career, money means nothing without health. For 6 years, I saw my kids grow up without me. I saw them, but not really see them. They didn't get me. And the most painful part of it was that I couldn't honor the commitment I had myself and to my family. And so also day two, actually day three, we're talking about relationships with every areas in our life, ourselves, our family, our loved ones, and even our finances. You see, my husband and I have been married for 20 years. We've been married since 2002. Been together since for 27 years. And it weren't for the love of my family, I don't think I would have pulled through and gone this far and be talking to you. See, after all of these years, I am so grateful that till this day, when I touch my husband, he still gets goosebumps. So I want you to really live a fulfilled life. And so I have brought together the best of the best speakers in their respective topics so you can thrive in business and prosper in life. And I want to also end up saying, no matter where you are in your life, if your business is not doing so well, or maybe, other areas in your relationship, such as finance or other things, it's not your fault. There's something in the way. And I hope you could find a solution from all the speakers that we have for you in the 3-day summit, Thrive in Business and Prosper in Life. Well, thank you so much for your time. And I look forward to seeing you at the summit. Thank you.